said, look, God says it's getting ready to rain, and so you need to prepare yourself. And so in doing that, you notice it doesn't say that Ahab began to prepare himself. It says, not until Elijah says, eat and drink because it's getting ready to rain, that he realizes that something's getting ready to happen. And so when God begins to change the atmosphere, he begins to change your atmosphere, Elijah goes to the top of Mount Carmel, and he plops down, sitting down with his legs crossed, bowed down with his head to the ground. And he begins to speak. He begins to look at his servant and say, hey, go and tell me if you see anything. The servant comes back and says, I don't see nothing. How many times have you asked God to show you and he has not shown you? Does that mean that he's not going to do it? How many of us give up after the first time you check? How many of us give up after the second time you check? And Elijah sent this servant to check 7 times. Now, how many of us know that after time 3, you'd have turned to Elijah and said, look, man, let me tell you what's fitting to happen here. You about to get up with your little clothes on, because ain't nothing, you keep sending me to the ocean, and ain't nothing happening. You can look from here and see nothing. Nothing is happening. So in the midst of dealing with Ahab and getting ready to deal with Jezebel, God is also dealing with the servant. You ain't the only one God dealing with. You are not the, stop acting like it's just you. You are not the only one God dealing with. You are not the only one going through on your job. You are not the only one that's going through with family. You are not the only one with a challenge in marriage. It's not just you. You ain't the only one. God is dealing with everybody in this season. In this season is a drought season for anybody to say that they serve God. If you weren't serving God, then it wouldn't be a big deal. But since you're serving God, it's a drought season, more of a drought because you have an expectation that God ain't going to let you go through a drought. And I got news for you. He purposed some of our droughts. He divinely purposed for some of us to go through, because until you go through, you can't see where you need God or where you're supposed to be. And you can't be where you're supposed to be because where you are seems like it's productive. And can I tell you this? You ain't doing nothing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Let me offend one of the elders. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? What you doing, anybody can do. Anybody can sing, right? He looks down. Yeah, come on now. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. You wasting God's time. Uh-oh. See, I'm going to tell you something. Folks need to start telling folks the truth. You ain't doing nothing. You hiding. You hiding. Let me tell you something. I work in a Title I school, okay? It's 2 reasons people work in a Title I school. The devil go to church every Sunday, right? He get there before you, waiting on you. I knew you was coming. The devil can sing praise and worship. He was an angel. He could sing well. So just because you singing praise and worship, not talking about you, because I want you to go home and just a little attitude and stuff. You too big to have an attitude. I had to hit you. Much too big to have an attitude. I had to put these paws on you. He has the expectation that you're going to come here and hide and worship. But your season is about to